G'day guys, Luke here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video guys, we are doing a snake room update for September 2023. Before the video starts guys, before I let you know, I am trying a different kind of video format for this Reptile room update. If this doesn't really work out or you guys don't really like this kind of format, we'll go back to the original, or kind of the old format for next month's Reptile room update. But for now, I will go do this and see how it goes. So we do have a new member to the family as well in this room, so we'll get to her later. And for each of these enclosures behind me and behind the camera here, we'll go through order and pretty much see how everyone's doing. Alright guys, the first of animals we're going to cover off for the Reptile update is Amazula. So this is my breeding pair of children pythons. The one who's coming towards the camera or towards you guys at the moment is Emma. He is the male. And this lovely beautiful girl next to him here is Azula. They have locked up a few times this season, so hopefully we get some eggs again for the third year running. Azula has not done a prelay shed at the moment, so when she does that, she won't be too far away. I've got to watch out for Emma's face because he is a bit of a biter. So you can go towards the camera there, buddy, but as long as you're not coming towards my face, we're good. Both are doing exceptionally well. Emma's gone back on food after his breeding mode, you'd like to call it. And Azula's just chilling out and pretty much going pretty well. These two are housed in an 80 centimeter enclosure. So in the enclosure, they've got 4 hides, and basically the nest box is one of them. The water bowl, backing, they've got the light strip, a heat pad, fake plants, and as well they've got coconut fibre as a substrate, a heat pad, I think I just mentioned that, and as well as a light strip that they shares with about 5 enclosures as well. But yeah, that's Emma and Azula. Just next door to Emma and Azula, we've got these 2 beautiful girls. So these 2 are also children pythons. This one here that I'm just showing now is Snickers. She is in shed at the moment. So she's not looking fantastic, but when she sheds, she's a stunning little snake. And this one in my other arm here is Erin. She's another children python. I just decided to put these 2 together just to save a bit of, I guess, space or free up another enclosure. And that way, since they're both females, nothing's going to happen to them. And they're both the same size, so I thought it would work out better. Both are doing excellent, smashing food. I'm not going to breed them this year, but maybe down the road I might breed at least one of them with Emma. See what happens. But these 2 girls are housed in a 1 meter enclosure. Within the enclosure, guys, we've got the light strip that they share, like I mentioned. We've got a backing, a few fake plants, 3 hides. We've got the infrared projector, water bowl, substrates of cocoa peat as well. But yeah, both are doing quite well. The next animal here, guys, we've got Chris, who is my female black-headed python. She's getting huge. You probably won't see her fully on camera, but if I can just, because I'm looking at a reflection in the glass behind the camera. She's about 2.5 meters long and probably weighs a good 4 or 5 kilos. So hopefully she'll sit on my neck while, yeah, I'll show her off. So let me just readjust her. Oh, you big fatty. Chris is doing exceptionally well, smashing food, being the very docile black-headed python that she is. Unless there's food in the equation, she becomes quite a different beast. Well, it's nothing too crazy to report on Chris here. In fact, she's well behaved and just eating like a champ. Chris here is housed in a 180 centimeter enclosure. In her enclosure, guys, we've got her heat element, 2 hides. We also do have a fake plant, the substrate, a branch that she can climb up on, her backing, a light strip, and another hide in the cool side with a water bowl, which I don't know if I just mentioned that. But yeah. So below Chris, guys, we've got Ray, who is my Rosenberg monitor. Even though this is classified as a snake room, we do have a couple of lizards in here. There's 2 of the 3 goannas we have in the family. Ray here is a Rosenberg, like I mentioned. He's the largest of the 3 we've got currently, and not the happiest either. So I do need to work on handling him a bit more. He's getting much better, as you can see. Beforehand, he would try to turn around and bite, but currently he's not putting too much of a fight or too much trouble. So hopefully all goes well. Ray's doing fantastic, guys. He might get an upgrade when it's a bit warmer here. It is a bit cold still. I know you're not enjoying this. I know. I'll make it quick. So with Ray here, he might get an outdoor enclosure soon, so he can get a bit more running space. But he's currently housed in a 180 centimeter enclosure like Chris. But in his enclosure, we do have 2 hides. We've got his substrate, fake plants, water bowl, a branch and a hammock that he'll sit on. He's got his backing, the heat projector, and his LED UVB from Get Your Pet Right. Those are pretty good UVB light bars. I might do a video explaining the difference between them and other UV lights out there. Probably a kind of cool video to make, or interesting video for that. So Yeah, Ray, he had a bit of a feed this morning, so I might put him back before he starts taking off another finger. Next up, we've got the very lively Rosie. Yeah, okay, buddy. Rosie here is my little Reptile monitor. Uh, give him a moment. When I first get him out, he's quite skittish like this. But after a couple of minutes, he calms right down and he becomes more my tamest monitors we have in the family. So Rosie and Ray are the only two in this room. Dusty's in the other room. So if you want to see him, go and check out the previous reptile room or the lizard room update that I uploaded a week ago at the point of this video coming up. Rosie's only a young fella, so he's got he's lively, isn't he? He's still got a fair bit of growing to do. Taming wise, he's probably the best out of the three. I would say Rosie's the best from Ray. At least with Ray, I can pick him up. He was kind of just staying in my hand like that. Dusty does take a bit of time to settle down before he will sit in my hand. But overall, all three of them doing quite well. But like I said, being the smallest one out of the bunch, he's doing the best. So I'm quite happy that little Rosie here is doing fantastic. So Rosie here is housed in a 4-foot enclosure or 120 centimeter enclosure. Here's the enclosure, guys. We've got a very fine grained sand as his substrate. We've got his water well. We've got some fake plants. A whole heap of branches in there for him to climb up on. We've got his LED UVB with his infrared projector for his heat. There are 2 hides in there that he can sleep in where it's dry. His termite hide that you see in the little clip you're about to see, or see now, is filled with wet sand, so you can burrow into that and get some humidity from that. Otherwise, I think that's about it for his enclosure. Just above Rosie, we've got Caesar, who is my male blonde spotted python. I mean, when I first got him, he used to be a really aggressive snake. Wouldn't get anywhere near him before getting tagged, or at least him attempting to strike. Now, don't you bite me in the face. I am a little bit nervous with this snake because he can change instantly. So I'll be a bit more mindful of him. He hasn't eaten for the last few weeks. We're saying that he might be still in that kind of breeding mode. Even though I didn't pair him up this year, he might obviously still look for a girl. He's not doing too bad otherwise. He just hides most of the time and I don't really see him too much. The only time I see him is when I get him out like today or when I'm actually going to feed him. But he just shed his skin, so he's looking fantastic for the video. I'm glad you're tongue flicking because you have me worried there, mate. But he's doing quite well. A bit skinny, but I'm sure when the weather warm up a bit, he'll become quite fat. He's housed in a 67 enclosure, so in his enclosure, guys, we've got 3 hides for him. He's got his water bowl, a couple of rocks. There is his substrate. There's a heat pad along the back of there, so he's got heating at the back of his enclosure. There's a fake plant. So he's backing as well, and he's got also a light strip that he shares with pretty much half the snakes in this room. So we are on to the next pair of snakes, and I'm going to keep this one away from my face. So the one just here looking directly at me, the new one, this one here, this is Willow. Willow here is the newest member to the family, so she is a brown tree snake. So hello, Willow. You're not liking anything at the moment. So obviously she's new, she's still getting used to her new environment. So don't muck around with her too much, and she's going for the face. Well, she's in shed at the moment as well. I'm currently assisting her fuzzy mice, just to make sure she keeps going. The only reason why I know Willow here is a female is because her previous owner, who I'm good friends with, I won't mention their name just in case they don't want me to, previously had Willow, and one day when I went over their place, she laid eggs. So, yeah, we know Willow's a female, and while I was at it, I thought, you can just go over here for the time being, out of shot. Well, this one here is Diablo. He's my first brown tree, so he's doing excellent, guys. As you can see, there's a major, you know, attitude difference between the two of them. Diablo's very friendly, very easygoing. I've got a lot more trust with Diablo. Hey, buddy, you doing good? So I've had Diablo just for about 3.5 years now, so he's not doing too bad. Now, I don't know the gender of Diablo, so it's hard to say if these two will pair up one day, but that might be the goal. So I'm just watching these two so they don't strike on my face. Diablo's pretty good. Willow, on the other hand, she can easily get my face from here if she really wanted to. But yeah, I thought I'd keep these two separate for the time being because brown tree snakes are mildly venomous. And I do not want to take any risk with these two since Willow's actually new to the family. But let's get her calmed down and get her trust first before we start putting them together. But yeah, both are doing excellent. Well, Rido's doing quite well. Willow, sweetie, we need to work on you. But we can do that, can't we? And no strike in the face. So while I've got them out, we'll talk about the enclosures as well. These two are housed in 70 enclosures respectively, so they've got their own little house. In each enclosure, we've got a backing. We've got a couple of branches in there for these two to climb up on. This is an arboreal species. There's a couple of fake plants in there that they're just a decorative enclosure. They've got 2 highs each, water bowl as well. There's a light strip that they share with everyone else, like I mentioned. The substrate for Diablo is cocoa peat at the moment because he's obviously used to that. Well, Willow just got her on paper towel for the time being, so once she's a bit more established, more used to the new environment, I'll add substrate in there, and we'll go from there. By saying that, the two backings that I do have in these enclosures are different from each other. I will show off both enclosures. But anyway, those are my 2 brown tree snakes. I hope you guys like the new addition. Make her feel welcome in the comments below, and I'll keep you posted how she goes. Okay, guys, the next animal across from that rack system, we've got Charles. Charles here is my albino dark carpet python. I got Charles sexed recently, so Charles is a confirmed, or at least we believe Charles is a female. Charles is doing quite well. We had to actually downsize her from a 4-foot, well, let's say 120 enclosure down to a 3-foot enclosure. She never really enjoyed the bigger enclosure. She often missed feeds and was constantly hiding. She was never really out and about for the most part. It's funny, when I wish she was out and about, she was out and about for filming, which was quite good timing on my part. But Charles is doing fine. So I just put her in a 19 enclosure, like I mentioned. Funny, her new enclosure I made out of my parents' old computer desk. So that was a lot of fun to build. Now, I didn't film the process of building it, so should have, but I didn't. So you guys get to see the final result. The only thing I've got to do to add to the enclosure down the track is some kind of backing to make the enclosure stand out a bit more, as well as get some lights in there so the enclosure is not going to be completely dark. Even I think Charles might prefer that a bit better. However, I do like to see my snakes on display constantly. So yeah, we'll see how we go with that. So in Charles's enclosure, she's got 2 hides. We've got a heat emitter, infrared projector, I should say. We've got a hammock that she will actually sit on sometimes. A couple of rocks and a fake plate in there to decorate the enclosure. A substrate, and she's still got her big water bowl, so she's quite happy for the time being. So next door to Charles, in another 3-foot enclosure, we've got Superstar and Graham, who are my 2 oldest snakes we have in the family. Both are female blonde spotted pythons. Now, I will not be pairing up with Caesar, only because I don't want to have any problems with these 2. I don't have any favourites, but these are my babies, and I don't want anything happening to them regardless. As much as it would be pretty cool to have a baby Superstar or a baby Graham. So this one here, who's in my right hand, is Superstar. She's the eldest. Come over and say hi, Superstar. Here she is. Oh, comes out of focus. Anyway, I'll stand back here. Hopefully the camera will go back into focus. But yeah, Superstar will be 14 in November. Well, Graham here, she'll be 14 in December. So that's the other thing as well. These 2 are quite, I don't know, I want to say old, but they're kind of in their mid-age at the moment. So yeah, both are doing excellent. Superstar's still smashing food. Graham's still a bit off food at the moment. But when the weather warms up a bit more, Graham will switch back on and become a very, very good eater. But these 2, like I mentioned, a house and a 3-foot enclosure. In the enclosure, guys, we've got the heat and not UV. They've got the heat and display light. Sorry, they've got their backing. They've got a branch in there from the climb upon. 3 hides to choose from. A couple of rocks in there and a fake plant as decoration and help to shed their skin. The substrate is cocoa peat or cocoa cool, what you want to call it, and a very large water bowl. On to the next 2 snakes, guys. We're doing Chappie and Orchid. Getting Chappie out first because he'd be a bit easier to handle first. Don't you puff up your throat at me. Don't you hiss at me. I woke him up, so he's not happy. Otherwise, he's doing quite well, guys. He's good enough for the time being, so I'm kind of keeping a close eye on him with that. But saying that, we are coming into breeding season, so he's probably thinking of breeding. But overall, he's not doing too bad. But yeah, we're going to see how Orchid's doing. Onto the next unhappy snake who I woke up. This is Orchid. Orchid here is my female central carpet python. As you can see, she's a bit of a monster. Don't you hiss at me. Both Chappie and Orchid were sound asleep when I woke them up, so both of them were quite angry with me at the moment, which is unusual by them too. Saying that, we are, like I mentioned, coming to breeding season, so both snakes are probably thinking of doing something, and I've interrupted them. But Orchid here is smashing food, gaining weight. She's probably 3.5, 4 kilos here, but she's getting quite chunky. And both Chappie and Nookie here housed in a 6-foot enclosure or 180 centimeters. In the enclosure, guys, we've got the 2 hides, a nest box. There's a water bowl in there. Got the substrate, heat, and they've got the light strip in there as a display light, and a couple of fake plants backing, and also they've got the heating as well. Okay, guys, onto the last 2 snakes, which has not gone according to plan whatsoever. This one in my arms at the moment is Aurelia. Aurelia here is my male diamond python. So he's the second last snake I've got to show off today. He's doing well, guys, smashing food. He's getting some size on him, so can't wait for the next couple of years for him to get nice and big. When I get him out of the cage, he's quite mellow. In the cage, he's always thinking food, saying that food's until next week, buddy, so no biting. But yeah, he's a beautiful snake. Can't complain all that much about him. But he's just long and he's like a noodle, to be honest. He needs to get a bit of thickness. But usually diamonds get long before they get quite thick. Anyway, I'll put Atrim back. So not Atrim. I'll run it back so we can get to say goodbye to Atrim, who is hanging off the tripod at the moment. Here we have the last snake of the reptile room, guys. This is Atrim, Aurelia's partner in crime. So Atrim here is a possible female diamond python. I did take these two to go and get them sex. Atrim turned out to be a confirmed male, while they weren't too sure, or we weren't too sure if Aurelia here is a female. By saying that, looking at this stage, it might be very possible that she is. So hopefully that is the case, because it'd be great to have a pair. I bought these two just out of random, so if I won the lottery, God bless, anyway. But yeah, she's doing well, eating again. She went off food for about a month there, but she's back on it again and smashing as always. So Atrim and Aurelia are both housed in a 6-foot enclosure together. In the enclosure, guys, we've got the logs that they'll perch on, substrate, 3 hides in there for them, a nice large water dish. They've got heat on one end, and then since these guys are diamond pythons, they do require UVB. So we do have 2 small LED UVB light bars from Get Your Pet Right. So that'll be for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Down in the description and down below, we'll have my 2 Instagram pages, LFB Wildlife or LFB Productions, I should say. And don't play with the microphone. So LFB Productions and LFB Motorsport. We do have 2 other YouTube channels that I'm currently running. So if you guys are also into your motorsport, we also have LFB Motorsport. And I'm going to open up a 3rd account next year. So let me know, guys, if you've reached this far in the video, what we should do in our 3rd channel. Now, I'm still deciding whether or not to include both passions of mine, but I don't know which form as of yet. But anyway, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of different style of video, and thank you all for watching.